Oh man.
Yeah, well, I'm way more rehearsed at this point. I'll tell you that.
That's good.
So you're getting a
and
better
we're more
interview.
relaxed sitting on your couch,
Yeah.
drinking your beer at your home.
Yeah,
But,
it's not so bad.
Yeah. So, well, that's awesome. So I know that I encouraged you to open up a brewery. I said you got to do this.
Yeah.
So now you're thinking about it. So
Definitely seriously
some
considering
things in the works
things
and
like
stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to put some things down. At least doing some of the groundwork, like filed for the S corp, trademark, a lot of that type of stuff. Just trying to put some certain dominoes, and then
That's good.
if I've got if the money's right, then I can get the brewing license and liquor license and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
If I find people that are willing to invest in something like this, that just fast tracks it faster.
Yeah.
So
you should be ready if you're going to have it happen.
Oh yeah, no, we've already got business plan and stuff like that in the works, because Dominique, as I alluded to before, is a professional baker, so she already has her brand that's currently in places like Mother's Market, Follow Your Heart Market in LA. Yeah,
I had no idea.
Pies by Dominique.
How come I don't get to try anything?
Yeah, right. Well,
where's the pie? Dominique.
It's in stores right now. Yeah,
man.
You got to go get it.
Oh,
but we could probably get you a
food. I thought
we got some whoopie pie. We probably get you some cookies too.
Okay.
So yeah, that's stuff that's ready to go. I think most of the pies she typically batch bakes those.
I got you.
Because it's more commercial scale now.
That's cool. So how long has she been doing those?
3 years. So like
3
right
years.
when she got into it, I was like, well, why don't I do this brew thing?
But when she started,
she took off way faster.
Business 3 years ago.
Yeah, she went business full in, like farmers markets, all that sort of stuff. Started getting a lot more traction in the vegan sphere. So we do a lot of vegan events. She's gluten free and vegan.
Were you at the vegan beer fest?
I wasn't at the vegan beer fest.
She wasn't. So you guys need to do that next year.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Well, the beer is vegan. That's the good thing, because
Yeah.
I don't use any gelatin findings or any sort of swim bladder.
That's what I don't like that about those beers.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
That's
I've never been too excited. It never excites me when I hear about that.
Yeah.
Well, in gelatin, you can't do pork.
I don't do pork.
That's basically.
So I mean, I've been having there are beers that are not gluten free that are regular that they'll do the gelatin, and I'm sure I've had some because I know about it. But if I ever find out about it, I don't drink it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Kolsch, they brew like that. They use the type of methodology.
That just sucks. And I do like Kolsch. Anyways, you just brought that back to my memory. And I had some Kolsch lately, but I was like, how come I don't drink Kolsch? Now you just reminded me.
Jeez, my bad.
No, it's actually better to know, because then it helps you to push the industry. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, let's put pork in everything. Bacon makes everything better. But why does everybody say that? Because the pork industry put out an ad campaign, and they're paying people, and now you're following them, my friends. Now, I can eat, beef bacon is really good, because I can eat beef.
I've had turkey bacon too.
And turkey bacon's okay.
Yeah, it's
not as good. Yeah. But beef bacon, lamb bacon are amazing. And beef bacon was actually the staple in the U.S. until the Great Depression.
Wow.
And then the pork council was taken over, so they brainwashed you guys. But my point is, this whole thing where bacon makes everything taste better, I don't agree with that. I can't say bacon.
Well, yeah, I can't say gluten makes things taste better either.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just saying, I just hate when people go, and it's just they jump on the bandwagon. But that's my own little personal thing. It's like, come on, people. Let's think about it.
Well, it's true. I mean, I appreciate you coming by, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about anything that has the word gluten in it, right?
Yeah.
People assume gluten-free means taste-free, but, well, there's still sugar. I'm still using malt. I'm still using hops, water, and yeast. So,
I'll be honest. I hate some people want gluten-free because they're just it's just a fad for them. They're like, oh, I want gluten-free. And I have a couple friends who are true celiacs.
Yeah.
Where, I've seen people they want the gluten-free, but then they'll eat something that has gluten, and I'm like, well, I thought you were gluten-free, so you're not a celiac?
Well, if they like the taste, they like the taste. That's good.
Yeah, but it becomes like a fad, and then that fad will kind of
fades
end
away,
or something.
if you will.
But there are people who are celiacs, and so I have a really close friend not as close friend now, but he's still a close friend that I could call up any day. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
But he always wanted to try my beer, but he always asked me, "Can you make one?" I'm like, "I don't know how to make it."
Right.
I never knew how to make him a beer, but now I'm friends with you. I can get him a beer or two, and he can drink with me, and that would be pretty awesome.
Absolutely, for
but
sure.
What I'm saying is that there's a difference between the fad of who everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon, and the people who really can't deal with it.
That's true.
And for someone like me, gluten's actually good for my system, right? But that's a different story.
Not for everybody.
But I can sit here and enjoy this gluten-free beer because I like beer, and go, wow, literally, if you hadn't told me it was gluten-free, I wouldn't know.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing that's interesting is like I've heard a lot of different gluten-free breweries actually talking about this, is they have people that are like, oh, I've been coming here for like a year. I heard you guys have gluten-free beer. Which ones are the gluten-free ones?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Omission's like every one of them.
Ghostfish, Evasion, all these breweries are like, well, every one of them is gluten-free. They're like, really?
Yeah.
And it's funny because the Holiday Daily in Colorado, they put a really good... They have the best way of putting it, I guess, is how I mean to say, is that at the brewery, like when people come into the tap house, all that people care about is good beer. As long as the beer is good and it's clean, nobody has any problems.
Yeah.
At the store, right, when people are shopping for it and they need gluten-free, they need it to say gluten-free. That's where it really sells. But they don't even have to advertise that it's gluten-free at most of the breweries and most of the tap houses, because people are just naturally going around, oh, I've never been to this brewery before, let me go check it out. Yeah. And if they're none the wiser and it's good beer, then it's still good beer. Yeah. I think that's really the one thing that basically everybody in this community has really started pushing, is that, this is good beer.
Yeah.
This is beer.
Very, very good beer. And I know that when we were at Homebrew Con too, that you basically had your booth there was long lines. There's lots of people.
Yeah, we were.
And they're all beer drinkers, and they're sitting there waiting to get your beer.
Club night was like 4 hours. I think we had a line for like 3 hours and 59 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much the whole time. Like it's a good thing I knew someone.
Yeah, he came around to the side. I saw this guy.
Okay, yeah.
I saw this guy cutting.
But you also like, hey! So I was like, hey! All right, let me try that beer. But hey,
he got lucky.
If you can use it, you use it. That's all.
Sure, yeah, he had his press badge in full effect.
I'm trying to get to taste as many beers as I can.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably have to crack a couple bottles, or maybe I'll give you a couple bottles so you can take to one of your friends or so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Cool. It sounds great.
Yeah, man.
Well, man, I want to say thanks for being on the show, and I'm excited about what you're doing in the industry, pushing the industry. Yeah. Hopefully your Pro-Am beer. What's it called?
It's called Geisterfish.
Geisterfish.
Which is how you say ghost fish in German.
Okay. Because it's from Ghostfish Brewing.
Yep, in Seattle. Ghostfish Brewing. If you haven't been there before, definitely check them out. They've got some incredible flavors. And then for a limited time right now, they have Geisterfish on tap, so it's definitely the right time to go down.
So if you're listening to this and you're in Seattle,
or
you know someone in Seattle, or you're going to Seattle, you should go try it. But
they're right in Soto, right down the street from Starbucks.
Yeah, or if you go to GABF this year here in 2018, then
you will try some Geisterfish.
You'll be able to have some Geisterfish. Well, I like that you guys were playing with the name and that kind of stuff, and and what style of beer is it?
So yeah, it's a German Bock style lager.
Oh, that's right. You said it's a Bock lager.
Yeah, I had taken the feedback that I had gotten from both Groundbreaker, and then I had also submitted that beer to another competition, and so I took a lot of the feedback that I had gotten from those two reviews, and applied a lot of that same feedback to that beer. So hopefully, through the fact of brewing it multiple times, that it'll be at competition level, I guess, so to speak.
Sweet. Well, all right. Without any further ado, I don't know if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to give out any social media information for people to reach out to you.
Yeah, it's Bob Kiefer on Facebook, B-O-B, and then K-E-I, F as in Frank, E-R. So that's how you can find me via Facebook. It's Bob Z Kiefer on Instagram. A lot of beer porn on there where I show all the new brews that I've got, stuff like that. And then... that's usually going to be the best way to get a hold of me. Email is not necessarily the most reliable.
No, I'm all good. So just Instagram,
Facebook,
and Bob Kiefer.
As Bob Kiefer.
Just Bob Kiefer.
Pretty simple.
So it could be GFK for gluten-free Kiefer. But then people would confuse. But it's gluten-free Bob or gluten-free Bob beer.
Yep.
Beer Bob beer. I don't know, but I kind of like it all. But Bob kind of works.
Hey, the Bob. There you go. Watch
the
out.
GFBB. No. Anyways, gluten-free Bob is on the show, and I want to say thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's actually been fun sitting down and talking these beers, and sitting on your couch. And
thanks for
until
coming
next time,
over.
my friends. I'm going to go to another part of the show, but you know what I always say, and I'm going to say it with my buddy here is, basically drink good beer, eat good food, hang out with good people, and drink more good beer. And I would eat like a gluten-free pie right now, but they didn't give me one.
We'll get something for you.
Although we did have some gluten-free pretzels, but they're off too far to reach.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. You'll hear this now until the next part of the show. I'm Mikhail, the beer ambassador. Keep it real.